What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to a new video where we are going to talk about Starknet and the airdrop. I know a lot of people already stopped farming because they think it's over, the token will be all distributed to the early adopters, to the people who farmed over the last year. But that's not the case. And I want to clarify that in this video, and also want to show you 4 protocols which will also do an airdrop on Starknet plus the airdrop from Starknet itself. So there are so many opportunities, and don't get discouraged by the announcement that the snapshot has been taken for the first adopters on this platform, because if we jump into their Twitter post, we can see in the TLDR, because most of the text is irrelevant, they say we have plans to allocate over 1.8 billion Stark tokens across multiple initiatives to drive the adoption and growth of the Starknet blockchain. And the first is about to start soon. Again, the first is about to start soon. And how many tokens do they plan to distribute in this first phase to the initial distributors? They say it's just 50 million Stark tokens. That's just 2.7% of the overall Stark token supply, which will be distributed in this first phase. So if you're not included here, don't get discouraged. Stick to your strategy, stick to your schedule, if it's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. But there are so many opportunities still on this network. And the only thing what I would understand why people don't want to farm on Starknet are the high transaction fees. But those will be lower in the future. This might not happen today or tomorrow, but probably within the end of 2024. As of now, they are pretty high because the Ethereum gas fees are high as well. So yeah, you might want to just do all these steps when gas fees are low. So on the weekends or on the early hours when most of the people are sleeping. In Germany, it's, for example, at around 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. in the morning. That's around, yeah, I would say 5 a.m. UTC time. So you can calculate that for your own time zone. That's at least when Ethereum gas fees as well as layer 2 gas fees are the lowest. I want to show you examples what happened on other layer 2 blockchains when the airdrop happened or when the snapshot was taken. First one on our timeline was Optimism. They had more than one airdrop. I want to show you one example. For example, here in 2022, they had a lot of airdrop farmers, then a lot of YouTube videos came out which showed people how to farm on Optimism. Then around here, the snapshot was announced and liquidity flow off the chain because people thought it was not worth anymore or moved their liquidity just to other chains, to other projects. And then once the airdrop happened, the whole network pumped. There was so much free liquidity through the token, so much opportunities. Same happened on Arbitrum also. The Arbitrum airdrop happened this year in March. We had this, I would call it promo phase, where all people were talking about it on Twitter and on YouTube that the airdrop is coming. Then we had this peak over here where Snapshot was announced, liquidity went off the chain, and then the airdrop in form of the ARB token was distributed to the people. Liquidity rose again and flew into all those DeFi protocols on Arbitrum. Because people wanted the compound interest effect, basically. They wanted to find other projects where they can stake, lend, and also airdrop farm with their ARB tokens on this network. And the same will also happen again on Starknet. And to find these projects early, I have 4 in this video for you. You just want to go, for example, on DeFi Llama. There we can see we currently have a total value locked of around 34.5 million on Starknet. There are just 16 protocols listed, and all of them which I chose for this video are also on this list. And if you want to find even more protocols which are smaller, which didn't receive that much funding, you just want to come over to their ecosystem page and check out all these different projects which are categorized here on the left side, and then you want to dig into them. We now want to start with the first one I chose for this video, which is a Cubo, currently the biggest project on Starknet regarding its total value locked. It's a DEX where you can provide liquidity, do swaps and all that other stuff. All the projects I'm mentioning here have a point system or a leaderboard, which definitely points to an airdrop. One of them, the second one I will show you after this one, already confirmed the airdrop. There you can also see the snapshots which have been taken and all the other stuff. What I also want to point out before we get into those platforms, there's always platform risk. Things can happen, these can be exploited, they can be hacks, there can be other stuff, we don't know what happens. That's why you always just want to use capital which you can lose in an emergency situation, and of course take care of your own wallet that you don't get hacked or other kind of stuff, that all your work, your time and your farming returns will be worth nothing in the end. So again, a Cubo, a platform where you can do swaps from any different blue chips to stable coins and other kind of stuff. Most liquidity is on this platform. You can also provide your own liquidity here in the pools, which I can recommend you. There are concentrated liquidity pools. You have to set your own range here. So if we click on create position, you can see if we create a pool with ETH and USDC. I personally like to put my range very broad, that I don't get out of range and don't earn any fees anymore. But that's of course completely up to you. Second platform we want to dive in is Hashack, a lending and borrowing platform. That's the platform which already confirmed the airdrop, which will happen in the end of January. We can see this if we jump into the dApp. You can provide liquidity through lending and you can also borrow some assets. And there is an airdrop section. If we click on this, you can see there are some epochs and snapshots which get taken. So if you are early in this one, you just lend your capital and you will be in every snapshot. You might get more points and a higher airdrop in this case. Total value locked is not that big, so don't expect the airdrop to be very big, but I think it's a good way to farm here and get additional rewards in the Hashack token and maybe later on also in the Stark token. Third platform which I wanted to mention is Nostra, also a lending and borrowing platform, also with a point system where you can provide capital in blue chips as well as in stable coins. So you just lend and borrow assets again here. The problem here currently is they have no space. So you have to stay up to date with their socials until they raise the caps for lending and borrowing again. And then you can allocate some capital as well here in Nostra. And our last platform I wanted to go over is Afnu, one which also runs very much under the radar, which is a liquidity infrastructure here on Starknet. And it's like a DEX aggregator, which gives you always the best rates for your swap transactions. There is also a leaderboard where you can collect points, which again clearly points to an airdrop in the future or other incentives for platform users. That should already do it for this overview. I hope that gave you a better picture of what's currently going on Starknet, that it's still worth farming on here, especially on all these kind of protocols which will have an airdrop itself, and maybe this will automatically qualify you also for a piece of the big Starknet airdrop, which will happen after the first wave, where way more token will be distributed to users and ecosystem participants. If you don't want to miss future updates, I will provide them here on my channel almost on a daily basis. That's the right place for you for airdrop farming and also for projects in the DeFi high risk space. If you liked today's overview, it would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.